Welcome to the Footy Social episode. Well, we're not really doing episodes now, but I think it's our 18th video, so episode 18, I suppose.
There you go.
We've got Jacob back on today. You might remember him from our first 23-man squad before it was announced that it was going to be a 26. It was originally 23. We had Jacob on. We picked a 23. Most of it's correct, I'd say, if you take away 3 of the outside players.
Eric Dyer was the big omission, wasn't it?
I think the other one, we had Lingard. I think we had...
I think James Maddison might have been in that one as well.
I think we had Maddison in that one, yeah.
Quite early,
at that point. It was quite early on. But yeah, Jacob did that one with us. And now he's on this one. So today we'll be doing another Euros video. We're going to have a little chat a bit more about England. It's now 3 days away. Or 4 days away.
3 days.
3 days away from our first game against Croatia. And the Euros actually starts tomorrow. Italy versus Turkey. We're all so excited, as you can tell. And we're going to be talking a bit about that. We've got some Euro quiz that we're going to be doing as well, as always. And we've got a little activity later, which is going to be quite interesting. But that might be a different video. So if it is, then wait for that to be out. Or if it's already out, go watch it after you've watched this. So Jacob, obviously you did your 23-man squad with us. We all picked that. That was back in like March, wasn't it? When we did when it was the last international fixtures, and since then we've all been talking about the Euros all build up. But with England, obviously, if you watched our last week's video, you'd know what me and Dan think. But what do you think about England?
Is there any changes you make to the squad, first of all?
Yeah, I'd drop either Cody or White for Ward-Prowse, I think.
Yeah,
I think
that's the big one.
Yeah, I think it's important to have him in there. He could have brought a lot to the table. Don't get me wrong, White and Cody, good players, but I probably would have dropped Cody in all honesty.
I think the only reason White was in there is because they think Maguire's going to be injured, didn't they?
But
if Maguire's injured and can't play, don't take him.
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
that is pretty shit. Like the Horde Henderson as well, he's not going to be fit, so why did we bring him?
Henderson's really wound me up. I mean, he's a great player, obviously, but on the other hand,
you dislike him, Jake, don't you?
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of him.
I think the Henderson one, it's more like he's pretty much the captain. I don't like Kane's obviously the face of the team, that's why he's got the armband. But Henderson's
on the other hand, though, it's like you say, like you're going into an international tournament. He's not played for 3 months. He's not playing any football. He comes on against Romania for 45. Looked very slow. Do
you reckon if you're Southgate, if you had asked Henderson, look, you're not going to play any minutes, so I'm not going to pick you in the squad.
You would have taken,
but you can still come train with us and be like a player coach, be a leader.
You would have taken him.
But he would have. Do you reckon Henderson would have taken that or not? Do you reckon he's like, no, I want to be in the squad?
If it was me, I would have taken him as backroom staff. I mean, you got to have like, you know what I mean? You got to have like
backroom stuff. I could have gone as backroom stuff.
Well, you know what I mean? Like he could be involved in the squad, like Beckham was in 2010 at South Africa.
Was he injured or something?
Well, he didn't get. Well, he wasn't in the team, but they took him, from around, through advice, etc.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, if he's injured, I just wouldn't have taken him anyway, even as a cheerleader, because it's like. I mean, it's just one of them things where it's like I get the leadership aspect, but I don't think it's like the be all and end all. Like at the end of the day, and like that 2006 squad, we probably had about 7 or 8 club captains in that squad, didn't we? John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, all these players in the same squad, and it still didn't really work. Who are your leaders in that squad? You've got Declan Rice, who is a good leader, and he looks very promising, but he's still very young and he's very inexperienced on the international level. Yeah, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is like leaders don't automatically mean
really
success.
A great leader.
It just doesn't mean success, does it? So there's no point playing people just because they're captains.
True, but it doesn't not mean it's success, but it's also very helpful for success. You look at Chelsea; they had John Terry. City had that Vincent Kompany. I'm not saying without them they wouldn't have won anything, but it just made those teams even better having those players in their team.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, Henderson's he's a Premier League winner as well as a Champions League winner, so he does have some sort of knowledge.
yeah.
And he does always. He's got a lot of indication about the game. He knows a lot of them players as well. So you would have taken him. I would have if I was Southgate, I would have said to him, like, you need to come for morale. You need to help the lads out, the ones that are struggling.
I don't mind Henderson being picked at all because he can't. He's fit enough to play. The Maguire one's a bit weird because yes, he's our second. I'd say second best, maybe best centre back.
He's our best centre back by a mile, I think. Personally, I think Stones.
The competition just ain't that great.
Stones is a great player, but I think without someone next to him, he could be a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
If you're looking at Maguire, he's not going to play the group games, but actually the group games aren't actually that important because we can.
Well, they are.
They're not.
All you have to do is just get through them.
Get through.
Well, yeah,
just get through them.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
we win it. We play Portugal. We lose it. We come third. We play someone else, not Spain. We finish second. We'll play Poland, and then France in the next game round. So it's all the same, really. It doesn't matter where you finish in the group. We're going to play someone difficult on the way to the final. We sort of worked out last week, didn't we, Dan? One win is probably enough.
Yeah,
To
basically.
get yourself through.
3 points with a decent goal difference. That's literally it.
So I actually don't mind resting Maguire for the 3 group games, and if he's fit in 2 weeks' time, when we play whoever we play in the knockout round, bring him in. We don't need him at the moment. I don't mind going up against Scotland or Czech or Croatia with maybe I'd prefer Walker, but with James at right back, with Chilwell at left back. I prefer Shaw, but I don't mind Chilwell at left back for that game. In the biggest games, I want the best team, but in these games, you can sort of mix your team about. It's little warm up games, but
and I mean they're playing every 3 days, so you have to mix up, anyway.
Yeah, and it gives, and even Henderson, you could probably give like 20 minutes into one of the game just to give him a bit more fitness. That's the reason why Grealish played like every minute of the friendlies, because he needed game time.
He's so good, isn't he, Grealish? He's going to be the main man this summer for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kane's obviously, but I mean, Grealish has got to be the driving force. It's got to be like the newbie in the team anyway.
As long as Southgate starts him, really.
He's going to be the one who's going to drive that team forward. I mean,
Grealish and
Kane
Foden have to start, but we all know it's going to be Sterling and Rashford, don't we?
Probably, yeah.
So Jacob, last week we asked ourselves and Boyd who our 5 most important players are. I'll tell you mine and Dan's after, but who's your 5 most important players in our squad?
I think you've got to go Kane, haven't you? Kane's got to be in there.
He's your number 1. We'd agree with you.
Yeah, Kane. I'd probably go Foden in there as well.
Okay.
Just because, like I say, it's a breath of fresh air. Premier League winner again. He knows how to play. He's playing under Pep. He's playing really well.
You got 3 more spots.
I'd probably go Stones because, again, if Maguire is injured, Stones is probably the most crucial centre half we have. I mean, he's going to again. He needs to be the one that coaches Cody, White, or.
No, they don't need coaching. They just.
Well, do you know what I mean?
Jones seems way too feeble. Not Jones, Phil Jones. John Stones just seems way too feeble to be like the leader of the man.
Yeah, I think he needs Maguire next to him.
Yeah,
and that's a good partnership. But that's why I think play Cody with Stones. I think he's the most like Maguire. Cody's a better passer than Maguire. He's just not as good defensively.
Why have I put Stones in that bracket? He's not that important, really, is he?
Well, I'll go 3.
I'll go Stones. More. I'll go Walker as well.
Okay.
And I'd probably go Rice, in all honesty, as well.
Okay, well, we had 3 of those. We didn't pick Foden or Walker because Walker, if he's injured, he's our best right back, but I'd happily have Reece James there.
Yeah, no, agreed.
That's why Walker was not as important. Again, with Foden, amazing player. I want him to start as well as I want Grealish to start, but both of them, if they get injured, we still have players who are very good who can replace them.
Yeah,
the 5 that we picked were Harry Kane, because there's no striker on his level. Declan Rice, there's no CDM on his level.
Yeah.
But Stones and Maguire, there's no centre back on their level, and then the other one was Jordan Pickford, because I don't think the goalkeepers, as good as they are, like Johnston and Henderson, but
I think
Pickford just shines for England. We'll see what happens this tournament, but if he shines again, then it's literally.
It always happens.
He's a tournament goalkeeper by the looks of things. Like a season where he has to concentrate for a whole season.
And I think he's picked up form towards the end of the season anyway with Everton. Yeah. Like he was committing blunders in the first half of the season.
And his passing is some of the balls I see him play as a goalkeeper is very good. And I don't know. I was watching Pope play every game, didn't he, in the last international qualifiers for the World Cup? And
he was very
even
good
though he was very good in goal, his passing was terrible.
He was brilliant in the last World Cup, to be fair.
What, Pickford?
Yeah, he's one of them players. As soon as he puts on that England shirt, he plays unreal.
Okay,
But
so you give him those 5 players. A good 5 good players. Where do you think? What do you think we're going to be doing? Where are we going to be finishing? Are we going to win it or final semis? Go out in the group stage?
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me this question after we play Croatia, I'm not very. I know, like I say, we discussed it off camera, but the games against Romania, I mean, Romania's second team are probably second team, but we should have banged a few.
I know you were moaning about that, but the thing is, Jacob, with friendly games, they're played at such a half pace.
Yeah, I agree, but on the other hand, the idea of, in my opinion, you obviously don't want players to get injured like Arnold did. But
I wanted him to get injured actually, not because I don't like Trent. It's just
you know what I mean. You don't want your best players to get injured. So going into a tournament, warm-up games, ideally you want to play a couple more decent players. I mean, you could have had, I know Sancho, Rashford played, but you could have had given Kane some minutes.
Kane played in the first game. I think Kane was rested for the Romania game because it's more about getting the players who, like Henderson, like Grealish, who needed that game time, who needed to get their fitness, either to get their fitness back or to learn the system that Gareth wants to play, get them in and see how they do. He's not going to play Kane. There's no point in playing Kane. There's no point in playing Rice. There's no point in playing Maguire or really Pickford.
They are basically just pre-season friendlies, aren't they? Like I remember one year we went through a whole pre-season. I don't think we won a single game in pre-season. We played like 6 or 7 games, and then we won the league that year. It's like they literally mean nothing. That's what international friendlies are to me. It's literally just
the whole team gets subbed at half time. Like no team is going to function properly when there's 7 changes in the second half because the whole dynamic changes. That's why I think a couple changes, unless you're like just going for the win, you need to stick some players on up front.
Yeah, I mean, if we play poor against Croatia, then you're going to worry because that's the actual games that matter. But
yeah, I mean, I'm a bit worried about the group games because all 3 teams. I mean, Croatia, a very good team, knocked out in the semis of the World Cup. Very good team.
I think they've regressed since then, though. They have regressed since then.
Yeah, they have, but still, it's one of them teams that you.
I'm not worried about Croatia. In fact, I'm more worried about Scotland.
I mean, yeah, Scotland.
Not because I think they have a good side. It's just rivalry.
Scotland's one of them games. You play and form goes out the window. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of them games that we're gonna struggle against them. Like we are going to struggle. It's a fact. 'Cause they're going to be right up for it. They're the underdogs. They're going to be right up for it.
Well, you can guarantee against Scotland, we're going to be keeping the ball, passing it around the back of the midfield, not being able to open them up because they'll be very solid, I reckon. And Gareth does not have the technique to open teams up. That's why I think we'll actually do better against the better teams.
And then obviously you've got Czech Republic again. They're obviously not a world class team, but they've still got some great players. Still
no. So can you name more than 2?
Souček, Kufal. That's that striker. Is it Pietek?
Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick.
You've got Vidra. You've got Huzlek.
Is Vidra going for them?
Yeah, I think he was in the squad.
See, the thing is about both of them teams, Scotland and Czech Republic, there's not a lot of pace in there, is there? And you'd say the main weakness for England is pace in defence in there, apart from Kyle Walker. Yeah. If you've got Cody, Maguire and Stones, none of them are rapid. So you'd be worried if you're playing against an Mbappe in behind. But when you're playing as Scotland, you're not going to be worried about Ollie McBurney running in behind you, are you?
Do you know what with Southgate?
Probably not. He's pretty useless.
I don't think he's going.
No, he's not going.
I don't know. And I'm not too hot on the Scotland. I know you've got McGinn.
You've got that Dykes up front.
Yeah, I know they've got Shea Adams.
Nisbet as well. Nisbet apparently.
Surely Adams is
supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Who? Shea Adams. Oh, yeah. He's got pace.
He's half decent players.
But what was I say? With Southgate, I actually think as a defensive coach, he sets up a team defensively quite well because he's that's where he played his whole career. He knows how to defend, but attacking wise,
yes.
I'd like to know who his attacking coach is because Southgate. Some of the times when we got the ball, it's a bit like the players, the link-ups players, like Grealish and Sancho the other day was good. But some of it's just like they get the ball, like there's like 10 men behind the ball, and they get it, and they're like, "What do I do? What do I do? I haven't been coached what to do here." Obviously, they do by their club teams, but
I think that's just like a trait of English managers, isn't it? Really, apart from you'd say like probably Graham Potter and Scott Parker for a bit. Every English manager you get is just always pragmatic.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Potter as the England manager.
Yeah, it's just something a bit different. Like your Sam Allardyce's, your Tony Pulis's, your Gareth Southgate's. They're all defence first. They build a team on foundations. Your Roy Hodgson's. It's like, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I can't see Southgate turning it around in the attacking sense.
No, I think it'll be after these Euros. I hope he goes.
If we have a good run again, he's going to be like, oh, Southgate's great, and they'll keep him.
Well, I mean, hopefully he'll have a really good tournament, Southgate,
win
and a Prem win it, and a Prem team will be like, right, we'll give him a go, and finally take him away from there.
I think
we can
Southgate knows he's not good enough for a Prem team. I think he's happy staying at England, knowing he's not going to get sacked. It's a nice job. He does a lot of scouting, doesn't he, to watch his players, but it's not like he's coaching a team every week. He does a big tournament in the summer and a few international friendlies and qualifiers and stuff. It's quite a luxurious job for someone who's not a good manager like Southgate.
And there isn't many world-class managers.
He's going to want to test himself at the best in the Premier League. But Southgate's not bothered.
There's not a lot of world-class managers in international football nowadays, is there?
No, I think that. Well, I think Mancini at Italy's one of the better ones.
Mancini's a better one, yeah. But you probably say
I call him world class.
even like Roberto Martinez is probably one of the best coaches international, and he's not really a great manager.
He did well at Wigan, rubbish at Everton.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before about the only managers to do well really at club and international level has been Del Bosch in the last 2 years. Like Joachim Low, when he leaves Germany, he'll probably retire from. I don't see him going into league management.
No, I just don't think.
I mean, he turned down the Real Madrid job, didn't he?
He won the World Cup. Deschamps, was it? He's not a good league manager.
No chance, no.
But yeah, it's back onto England, Jacob. Obviously, Croatia Sunday. You're Southgate. Who's your starting 11? And what formation are you playing?
I'd go technically 4-3-3, but I'd play the CDM sitting in front. I'd play if I do my team. So I've got Pickford,
back from the back to front.
Pickford, Walker, Stones. I mean, if he's fit, Maguire.
He's not playing, they've already said.
Fine. In that sense, you'd have to go. I'd probably go Ben White, to be fair. I trust him. Or I'd probably go Mings, to be fair.
I think Cody's probably the best one of those. But
yeah, but I mean, we had Ryan.
We
had Ryan on. He said Cody just doesn't work in the back four. So I feel like I'd probably trust the Wolves fan more than
I'll go.
us.
If I go Pickford, Walker, Stones, Ben White, Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I'd go Rice. Sitting in front of Rice, I'd have Mount.
Yeah.
And on the left-hand side, sitting just in front of Mount again, I'd have Foden.
Yeah.
And then right wing, I've had Sancho.
Yeah.
Up front, Kane. Left wing, Grealish.
Yeah.
You've got like a vertical midfield there.
Yeah, that's pretty much my team as well. It's not going to be that. He's going to play 2 CDMs.
But I'd give Foden like that space just to go and do what he wants. Mount obviously defensively not ideal.
Well, I don't think who do you drop?
Do a job at centre mid.
You can't drop Grealish and you can't drop Foden, and you can drop Mount, but I don't see him dropping Mount because he loves him. Sancho's droppable, but then do you play Foden on the right? It should be interesting to see who he drops because he's going to have to.
I think Sancho's more important than Sterling.
No, Sterling's not even in the picture really.
I mean, I think Sancho's one of our most important players on the wing or up front, just because he's got the creative.
I think he's never had a good game in an England shirt, Sancho. Though I've never seen. He's had a couple of good moments. But he's never had.
But
he's our only creative. He's our only creative winger. All our other wingers are goal scorers.
If you look back at the league last year, I know obviously he's playing up front with Haaland.
Got Saka. We haven't mentioned Saka.
He's playing up front with Haaland.
I wouldn't start him there.
You know, Kane. I don't know if you'd say Haaland's on the same level as Kane. Probably not. But they're similar strikers.
They're not.
Haaland's a lot faster than Kane.
Haaland's more of like a ball. Kane's actually quite technical.
Well, I think that when they're in the box, they're both very similar.
Well, they just hit it and score.
Yeah, well,
really?
they're just goal scorers,
goal scorers, yeah. Well, that's what. But if
Sancho can provide for Haaland at Dortmund, he can do it for Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think in that. I mean, I don't see.
I'd agree with your starting 11. I just don't think he'll play that. I think he'll play Rice and then another.
I think Calvin Phillips will start.
I think Calvin Phillips will start. Yeah.
Again, I don't mind Phillips, to be fair, but again,
not with White. One of them.
You start one of them. You don't start 2 of them.
If we again we win our first 2 and against Czech Republic we're already through, I don't mind take Rice out, give him a break, play Phillips, take out Grealish, Foden, Mount, play Rashford, Sterling, Bellingham, etc. Play James and Chilwell, give Mings and Cody a go, maybe give Henderson. You don't have to change it all up like that, Calvert-Lewin, but. he can replace where players need a rest. But again, I agree with your 11, Jacob, but it's not going to be that.
Would you boys give Bellingham a bit more of a start, or would you sub him on, or would you
the
not
one
play him
I
at all?
think he might do, which I think is a bit more realistic, is play Bellingham next to Rice and then play Mount in the middle, Foden on the right, Grealish on the left, and Kane up front. But do you know what? I think he might actually play Foden on the left and Sancho on the right, and then put Grealish on the bench.
Yeah.
That's what I can see him doing.
But the thing, he's so unpredictable, isn't he?
I think he's going to play a 4-2-3-1, where we want to play like a 4-1-2-3 with the two centre mids, which is very attacking. Could play in a false 9 up front. Those two centre mids, Mount and Foden, and then you got those very creative wingers and Grealish. Such a bit.
I think in that formation, Mount's key as well because he will track back because you can't just leave Rice to anchor the entire midfield on his own.
Yeah, you have to play Mount.
Yeah.
Or I mean, Bellingham's quite good tracking back, but
Yeah.
I'd probably pick Mount over Bellingham if I had the choice, just because of a little bit of experience and age. But it's always debate. I'll be really interested. I'll be there at 12:59 on. I'm going to be at the cricket on Sunday, so I don't know where I'm going to watch it. Probably walk out and go to a pub or something, and then go and watch the cricket. But 12:50, I'll be there.
Yeah,
Update. What's the squad?
I mean, Sunday I've got nothing planned really. I'm probably going to be hanging off Saturday night, but yeah, it's just I might watch it on my own, like you in the Champions League final. I don't want to. I get very emotional when it comes to England.
It's a bit different. The first game, the group stage, and then the final.
This first game is going to set us up for the group. It's
No.
going to.
Well,
yeah, it's going to set.
Not the whole tournament. We can lose against Croatia and still go through and win it. Like
Yeah, no, I agree.
But it would be
every
worrying
game
that
went
once
through.
again we still wouldn't have beaten like a decent side since
They're not
2002. But I mean, they still beat us in the World Cup, didn't they?
It's still
You
better.
want
They're much
to
better
exercise
than-
those demons,
like
don't
you said,
they?
they regressed since then.
Yeah, but you still want to exercise those demons. Yeah, but that'd be worse than if you
I mean,
lose to
I'm-
We'll
Croatia.
win.
Worse.
We'll win every group game. It's at Wembley.
Admittedly,
They're good
I
at
should have looked at the Croatia team before I come on, but I've not actually seen who's in it. But the only player that I can think is not in it that played against us has got to be Mandzukic. I think the rest of them are.
Yeah, but the rest of them are older and slower.
I mean, Modric is still a world class player.
That's one world class player.
Rakitic
he's
is still very good.
He's fallen off.
He's had a very
he
good
plays for
season.
Sevilla.
He's had a very good season with Seville.
Yeah, but he's.
I think.
Our midfield's
Do you know what's
better.
weird? Kovacic just didn't start for Croatia in the World
No,
Cup.
actually, no,
Kovacic
that's
will
not.
be starting now, won't he?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
you've
the
got
one.
Orsic
Yeah,
as
he's the
well.
one. Obviously, that's actually probably got better since then.
Yeah.
Orsic, they got.
He plays in
Is
the-
it
he plays in the
Kramaric
Croatian
who
league,
plays
Jacob.
for? Sorry.
Yeah, but they're good players, but they're not something you're going to be like, oh, that scares me.
I don't. Yeah,
I'm not-
there's
I'm
not
not-
a single team that we should be worried about losing to.
No, I mean, so I've read a stat today. England has got the value of our team.
Most
is
expensive yet.
Is it
We're ahead of France.
1.25 billion?
That's
ahead
mainly
of
because
France?
our players are
All Premier League players.
inflated,
Yeah.
and every
Agreed.
English player's inflated. Like Ben White's probably worth 40 million, and if he was North Macedonian, he'd be worth about 5 million. So
No, I agree. Inflation's obviously a massive massive key factor in it, but I mean, I still think when this is England we're talking, like Dan said, England. Where was the last decent team that we beat in
it
this
was Argentina in
tournament?
the group stage in 2002.
Is that 2002? Mate, we're not talking.
That's
like
in
19
a
years
major
ago.
tournament.
19 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't watch. Well, none of us watched.
No,
that.
no, I was 3 years old. Yeah, but it's England is we're so different when it comes to a tournament, and I just really hope everyone doesn't. Well, I say this, I've already jumped on the bus, but it's coming home. We know it is, but it's going to be a great summer. But you just don't want England to feel the pressure like we did against Croatia in the semis. We bottle it. We go 1-0 up against Croatia. We bottle it because we are very capable of doing it. We've shown that already.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm rooting for the lads. If you're watching, boys. But
And what? Secondly, what do you think about Scotland? Then we've got them on next Friday.
as much as I hate the Scottish, I think they've got it's their best team they've had for a while.
They're rubbish.
Yeah, it's
They've
for
got-
breezing a dog turd though, isn't it?
They've got some good. I mean, you got McTominay, you got McGinn,
Yeah, he's
Tierney,
Yeah,
Adams.
No.
Again, they're still decent players.
They're like
They're
they're like
average.
solid
They're like
mid-table
solid,
teams,
yeah.
aren't they?
They're not going to trouble us.
But again, these are the sort of players that turn up to a tournament like this. Like, mark my words.
No, they're not. They're not.
They will, trust me. They will. These are the sort of players that turn up to. You look at Wales in the last World Cup.
Yeah, we beat
Wales
them.
had Bale and they had Ramsey and
we also beat them in
some
that
other decent
Euros.
players.
We beat them in that Euros.
Yeah.
When everyone thought the same thing, that they were going to be turned up.
Yeah, Euros again. Their team probably wasn't as good as World
We got to the
Cup.
semis in the
World
Euros
Cup.
and we beat them.
But sorry.
Wales won in the World Cup.
It's the Euros when they got to the semis when we beat them in the group
Euros,
stage anyway. When everyone thought the same thing, like Scotland, that Wales are like have a decent. They got Bale, they got Ramsey. They're probably going to turn up, and we still beat them.
The Wales team is better than the Scottish team.
Yeah.
But Scotland, fair play to them.
Scotland don't have a Gareth
They haven't
Bale.
had a major tournament since '96. This is their
Yeah.
first, so you could be a 24-year-old Scotsman and not ever seen your team play in a major tournament. So fair play. They're going to enjoy their time.
I think
They're on the levels of North Macedonia, aren't they? They're just sort of
And,
there to
like,
enjoy
I'm
themselves.
I just couldn't care if Scotland went out or went through. If Scotland won a tournament, I wouldn't care. If Scotland went out early, I just wouldn't care. I just don't care about Scotland. But they're not good.
I mean, I think they're going to be better than a lot of us. They're going to be they're an underrated team. I think they've got, like I say, good players. They probably they're probably really up.
They might
for
get
it.
up the group because when they play Czech Republic or Croatia, they've got the sort of fight to match a team like that. But have you seen the players we've got? We're not losing to that team. It's
Well,
like asking, will Man City lose? If Man City lose to Newcastle, maybe the Newcastle fans hope they will. 9 times out of 10, even more, 9.5 times out of 10, Man City are going to just win it comfortably, maybe 1-0 or 2-0, but they're just going to win it. It's no competition.
Do you not understand like the whole England like I say the last decent team we beat in a tournament was Argentina.
Yeah,
2002.
Scotland are good.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not just picking out Scotland. You're saying like we're going to get through the group stage comfortably. It's not going to be comfortable at all.
It should be though.
It should be.
It should be. But we said this last World Cup we should get to.
We've got a better team. We've got a better team than in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But still,
Same manager though.
Exactly. That's the problem we got. You still got Southgate there. Who,
Well, see what I've always said I'll give Southgate this Euros. It'd be harsh to sack him after that. Semi-final,
100%.
even if it was the easiest run ever.
Just the issue is you've seen no tactical improvement from him in 3 years, have we?
but
There was a point where I thought there's tactical improvement. When we beat Spain, and he changed it from a 5-back to the 4-back, and we absolutely tore them apart. I was like, wow. And then he's just been playing about it again, and
since
we just regressed again, and we lost to Denmark and drew to Denmark and lost to Czech Republic since then as well. And really, we should be winning those games. And yeah, but I just look at that squad of players, like they're just very good, aren't they?
we are, mate. We are unreal. Like I say, this is one of the best teams we've ever witnessed. 2006, just about remember the World Cup 2006, just. I mean, obviously.
Do you know what I watched all that. I remember 2004. But do you know what I love about this group of players? They all seem to like really get on with each other.
Yeah. We were saying this the other day, weren't we? About the Chelsea coming back from the Champions League.
Yeah, Chelsea coming out of Champions League. I watched that. I think it wasn't everyone. It was like but it obviously would have been everyone. It was like Henderson, Grealish. I think maybe one other.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, congrats, bro! Like
And it was like that Bellingham and Grealish were having banter on their story about Birmingham and Villa, weren't they?
Whereas
like,
you wouldn't get that back like when it was like
back in the day, it was literally just you could tell that club rivals come above
Roy
everything.
Keane is fuming. But no, I mean, I say it's gonna be. I can't wait.
But when they go with England, it's like I don't play for a club team. This is my team now. For this month I'm away, or this 2 weeks I'm away. If it's qualifiers, obviously that's my other team. But this is my team. These are my teammates. I've got to fight. I've got to fight not only for the badge I'm wearing, but for my teammates.
It should be for you. Now you put that shirt. You put this shirt on. And that's when your dreams come alive, man.
Well, it's
Everyone has dreams.
Well, it's like that Spanish team. That Spanish team that won 3 tournaments in a row. The Spanish team won 3 tournaments in a row, and their spine was made up of Barcelona and Real Madrid players, weren't they?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, well, we always at the
Yeah,
start.
no.
One World Cup.
No, this is just the limited edition blackout version.
Yes, sorry, Dan, what did you say?
You're saying the Spain team that won 3 tournaments in a row. Their spine was made up of Barcelona and Real Madrid players who had probably the fiercest rivalry in world football over that 3-year period, didn't they?
Yeah, and
Over that
they
4-year
managed
period.
to. I think what I like Southgate as well. He's a great manager, and he's one of the reasons why there's a great feel around the place. Like Hodgson seems like a nice guy, but he didn't really get the players.
He's a bit old. He's just a bit old, isn't he?
Capello was just apparently
even
just an
worse.
arsehole.
Yeah, no one liked Capello really. He might have been a good tactical manager, but no one liked him. Ericsson, he was terrible. I remember him. And then before that was
You've got Allardyce for one game.
Allardyce.
He had one game, didn't he?
And before that, I can't remember who it was because I didn't watch England. Before.
Southgate reminds me a lot of Ollie, really, where it's just
Yeah,
sort
a
of
lot of
like he
people
just
say that.
he just gets by being the nice guy, and all the players like him, so they play for him. But when it comes to crunch time, no, just doesn't exist.
Those managers can take a team to like semi-finals.
Yeah, but they can't get the crunch time done.
Like Ollie for Man United, the amount of semi-finals they've been in, even the final they got to, they lost to a worse team. There was no crunch. There was no like tactical nous in that game. It was more like, let's go, lads, let's go, well done.
Yeah,
and they're like, well, we're up for this, but do we have tactics to win? Not really, but we're going to give it our shot. Whereas a tactical manager will like, this is how I'm going to win the game. Like Tuchel in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
he knew how to win.
Tuchel doesn't care about upsetting people. Like when he brought in Hudson-Odoi for the first 4 games he started, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's Hudson-Odoi's return," and suddenly he hasn't played since. And it's just sort of been the case of just like Tuchel just doesn't care. He's just going to pick the team to win a game. Whereas, you could tell like Ollie and Southgate are like, oh, well, I've got to pick these guys because, they've been here for a long time. They're sort of my favourites, aren't they? Ollie has to pick Rashford even when he's injured because he's his favourite.
That's why
Southgate
Rashford's
has to
having
pick
an operation after England.
Southgate has to pick Rashford because, he's been there for a long time. He's one of his buddy boys.
It's like, I was just going to say his name. Henderson with Southgate. Buddy, just because he's captain.
He's not, but
he is.
But, yeah,
they love each other.
So I mean, we've covered pretty much everything for this Sunday. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. We'll probably get this out on Saturday, so it gives you time to watch it before the big game on Sunday. We're all very excited. I just hope we can start with a win, and then from there, I'll be. If we beat Croatia, it makes the Scotland and Czech Republic games well relaxed because it's like we could lose one of these and like, who cares?
Yeah.
But obviously, I want to win every game. No matter what, I want to win every game, then beat Portugal. Because who knows, we could tactically lose and Hungary somehow finish second in like Boyd's fantasy world, and then we're like, I could have played Hungary. But anyway, yeah, let us know how you think the game will go. Give us your score predictions down in the comments. But now we're going to get on to, like we said, the quiz. So, okay, welcome back. A few technical difficulties there as always, but we're back. As you can see, this quiz, we've got 10-minute time to get 96 questions right. And hopefully nothing goes wrong here. Yeah, I think we're good. So as you can see, for each Euro nation, is it this Euros?
Yeah, so for every country that's in the Euros, we've got to guess the all-time record goal scorer, the most caps, the current manager, and the current captain. So I think the best way.
How many we can get.
Yeah, we'll see how many we can get. So I think what we should do is go team by team. So just click play and we'll go.
Let's go. All right. So Austria, current captain is
David Alaba.
It's got to be Alaba, isn't it? Never mind.
No, Hinteregger. How do you spell that?
Hinteregger. Nope. Okay, all-time record goal scorer for Austria.
No clue.
Haven't a clue. Arnautovic.
It's not him.
Alright, maybe move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Belgium. All-time record goal scorer is Lukaku.
Yeah. Most caps.
Probably Vermaelen.
I'm gonna go this guy.
No, most caps is.
He's always injured every 2 minutes, isn't he? Try Vermaelen.
How do you spell that? Varmar, is it Len like that?
No.
It's not Edin.
No, it's not that. Maybe has it? Oh, that's the current captain. Oh, current manager is Roberto Martinez.
Yes.
And then, so all we need is most caps for Belgium. Shall
Or-
we go?
No, hang on.
Let's just go Croatia. All-time record goal scorer is Shuka. Davor Shuka. Go for Modric as the most caps.
Yeah, no,
He'll be captain as well, probably. Current manager, I don't know.
He's
Most
got
caps.
most caps. They've only been around like 20 years as well.
Yeah, Czech Republic, all-time record goal scorer. I don't know. Most caps must be Czech. Try never. Must be Czech. The most caps. Current captain. I don't know.
So just go Suchek.
Not Suchek. Denmark, all-time record goal scorer. It's probably Eriksson actually.
Laudrup.
No, I think it's
One of the
Eriksson.
Laudrup brothers.
No, he's not even their captain. Yeah, try the Laudrupson. No. Schmeichel must be most caps, maybe.
Is it Casper or Peter?
No, that's not how you spell it.
Isn't it? I thought it was Schmeichel with Michael. I'm not great at names.
Michael is the most caps.
All-time record goal scorer.
Got to be one of the Loudrips, surely.
No, we really tried it. Let's go for England, right? All-time record goal scorer Rooney, obviously.
We should all of these.
Yeah, most caps is.
Most caps.
Who is the most caps?
It's not Lampard, is it?
No, I don't think it would be Lampard. Probably Charlton or something.
No, it's not.
Current captain.
Rooney again, isn't it?
No, we already typed Rooney.
Oh, yeah, no, true, yeah.
Is it Peter Shilton?
Could be that. It's probably going to be goalkeeper.
Yeah, Peter Shilton.
Good guess.
Right. Finland has got to be Pukki as the record goal scorer, isn't it?
Do this down like this.
Or Lipmanen. We'll just do that. There you go. Finland go for Pukki as the.
It's not going to be Pukki.
Is it not? Right, Lipmanen.
Yeah. Oh,
No, he's both of them.
Both of them. Manager, no clue. Current captain.
Okay. Hiradetsky.
What's that? No, they got that.
Hiradetsky, maybe.
Centre mid. What's his centre mid's name?
I just typed it in. Go tomorrow.
That's it.
It's not Hiradetsky. Right, France. Also record goal scorer is Omri.
Yeah, Drew 6 goals behind him.
Yeah.
It's
There's 5 now.
Caps.
Most caps. I don't know.
No clue.
Current manager Deschamps.
Is most caps is Dan, isn't it?
Trousers on. Current captain is Lloris. Müller. It's got to be for Germany. No, it's Closer actually. It's Miroslav Closer.
The baller himself.
Most caps is I don't know. Try Matthaus.
No, so is it
No, it's not useful.
Ballack?
No, it won't be Ballack. No.
It's all about Beckenbauer. I don't know if them doing it right.
No, it's not. I don't know. It's try
Beckenbauer.
Matthaus.
Double TH.
I'll have to type like that. Get rid of the J then.
A little bit of J, is it? Don't know.
Get rid of the H then. Oh, okay. That's not how you spell it. H-A-U-S. H-A-U-S. There you
There we go.
Current manager is Love.
No.
Current captain. Is it still Boateng? No, he's not on the squad, is it?
Hummels?
Is
Hummels
it
gone
either?
back to
Not E. Hummels.
Oh no, Neuer, isn't it?
No, yeah, it will be
Right,
not.
it is Neuer.
Right, Hungary, auto record Puskás.
It's got to be.
Current captain, I don't have a clue. Galaxy, maybe? No, Gaxi. It's CSI.
You what?
ACSI. No. Right, Italy, auto record goal scorer.
Is it,
Del Piero?
Could be.
Only one R.
No, or is it old?
It's going to be
There's only one
for caps, surely.
Yeah.
Current manager,
Mancini.
Roberto. Current captain is Chiellini.
Netherlands, all-time record goal scorer is probably Cruyff, innit?
No.
They might have spelled it in a
Van
weird
Basten.
way.
Van Nistelrooy, isn't it?
I don't know, it's about Van Nistelrooy.
Most caps? Maybe Robin or somebody random.
Sure, probably.
No. Current manager is De Boer. Current captain.
Memphis. No,
Is it Depay?
Depay or Wijnaldum?
I think it might be Depay.
What baller he is, by the way.
Uh,
No, it's Wijnaldum.
What Van Dijk?
Wijnaldum,
He's not
trust me.
scored, is he?
I know, but it might be.
Right, North Macedonia just go for Pandev. It doesn't really count.
Oh.
Pandev from North Macedonia, just get him out of the way. He'll beat everything when they get these
Yeah.
three of them. Poland,
He's
Lewandowski.
not the manager.
Probably.
Right, let's just scroll down. We've got 3 minutes cramp.
Poland, Lewandowski.
Yeah, it's got to be in it.
Oh, he's 3 of them.
Current
I
manager.
don't know their
Portugal,
manager.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo will be all three of them. Yeah,
Brilliant.
Who's their manager though?
I have no clue.
No clue.
Russia, also record goal scorer.
Oh, Shevin.
Nah, he won't be
Let's
Russia.
go.
Dazuba, isn't it?
DZUYABA.
No, it's not.
Who's their captain?
Um,
Oh,
Who's
most
the goalkeeper?
most
Yashin.
caps, Yashin, yeah.
no.
That's because he would have played for the Soviet Union.
Who's that really old centre back they had that still plays now? It's like 38.
Oh, I
We
don't
probably
know.
won't be able to spell it, will we?
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes, so let's.
Right,
Oh.
Scotland.
Dalglish.
King Kenny.
Probably Dalglish, isn't it? Dennis Lodge, right. Current manager
manager.
Steve Clark, innit?
Yeah.
Current captain's Robertson. Slovakia, Jesus Christ.
Hamshik.
Come on. I've typed it, keyboard. We've got a timer here. But we had timer stopped as well.
There you go, here's the 3 of them. Spain, what's a record goal scorer?
Torres.
No, I'm going this guy.
Here's a W, yeah. That's captain will be Ramos. Current manager is Enrique.
Oh, yeah.
Captain is. Who's it? Oh, Sergio Busquets.
Yeah, I think it's Busquets, yeah.
Well, he's technically.
Ibrahimovic for Sweden.
He's gonna be surely gonna be 3 of them. No, 2 of them. Sorry.
There's only 1 of them, really.
Most
caps, Henrik Larsson?
I thought he'd be.
Or just any sort of Larsson? No, 2 S's, 1 R.
Oh, really?
No, apparently not.
Melberg.
Switzerland. Gotta go for Switzerland. Go for Shaqiri. He'll be a couple, probably.
Slow it down so they can see.
You can't see it, let's be fair.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Switzerland. Oh, to be fair, we oh no, we can. What's going on there then? So long, man.
Still like that. There you go.
Got 4 countries.
Shaqiri. No. Turkey, I don't know.
Switzerland.
Ukraine and Wales. Gareth Bale, probably.
Yeah, Shevchenko for Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, he's the manager as well.
Who's the Wales captain? Let's go this guy.
Would be Bale, isn't it?
Gunter.
It's not.
Chris Gunter.
He's not there.
Hennessy.
Yeah, put Shevchenko anyway, just to get a couple in.
Let's do it. I don't know.
Put Shevchenko in quickly. Got 20 seconds.
Come on. Current Switzerland captain. Is it this guy? Butchered
Rodriguez.
that spelling.
Yeah.
Sommer. Try Sommer.
Jesus. Son Jacob. 51 out of 96. So,
Right, who have we missed on here?
Burak Yilmaz. And then the other 3 I wouldn't have got.
To be fair.
It is Burak Yilmaz.
Oh, as if
They
their
got-
current captain Xhaka.
Yeah.
Xhaka.
Guys, we might as well go from the top, haven't we?
Yeah. No.
Don't do it.
Austria, Tony Post, I've never heard of any of those people.
Baumgartlinger,
Jan Vertonghen, I was thinking along that line.
And he was a
of mine.
centre half.
Cerner, yeah,
Cerner,
can't
yeah.
Cerner. Jan Koller,
Jan Koller.
don't know who any of those people are. Don't know who, Simon Kjaer maybe.
Yeah.
Don't know who those people are. Lilian Thuram, really, that's crazy. Corrali, the goalkeeper.
All we mentioned
Adam
last
Shalai.
week.
Luigi, who is that?
Van Persie. Oh, Snyder.
Snyder.
Snyder, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wesley.
Is he on there?
These
Yeah.
are quite hard.
That Ignition is one I was thinking of.
Chirichev,
These are quite hard. Look at that.
Grant Vist.
Rank was
Xhaka, Yilmaz, Ashley Williams. He's not the current captain. He's not even in the squad.
Chris Gunter was one of the answers, so I think, wow, I mean, that was a hard one, wasn't it?
So I put the captain.
We
Well,
done wellish.
We
there.
did all right.
51
I've
out
seen
of
those
96.
answers. Yeah, seeing those answers, some of them were very.
I think
very
we all got.
hard.
I think we got all the ones we could have got. Maybe there was a few more we could have got.
Yilmaz, we should have got Yilmaz, definitely.
Yeah, well, I just thought sort of.
He was
you
on
know,
most. He was club captain though, not
the
top
captain.
goal
He wasn't a
scorer.
goal scorer or anything. Yeah.
As well, we should have gone for him as goal scorer though.
Wow. Well, let us know if you did any better than that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So if you want, we'll put the link to that in the description on YouTube, and you can give it yourself a go. Although you know the answers, so
yeah, that is true.
yeah.
We'll do it at the beginning. Do it at the beginning.
Yeah. We'll do a cut now, and Daniel will do put a thing in or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's this video done. We're going to be doing a next video, which is going to be more of
activity-based video. It's going to be quite fun. So if you haven't watched that yet, head over now to watch it. It'll probably be out a couple of days after this one, which will be us three again. So Jacob, where's the outro?
Thank you for watching. See you soon.